What is the difference between micro locks and sister locks? I get asked this question all the time, every time. There are 5 key differences between micro locks and sister locks: the installation, the grid, the start technique, the maintenance technique, and the price. So first, the installation. With sister locks, a certified sister lock consultant or a trainee has to start your locks. That's the only way you can call your locks sister locks. Only if it's done by a trainee or a certified sister loctician. Any other type of micro locks can be started by anybody else. All other micro locks, braids, twists can be started by anybody else. That's the first difference. Then the grid. Sister locticians, certified sister locticians, are trained to really create a meticulous grid. Meaning they look at your hair texture and they decide, depending on the size of locks that you want, they are going to create a really great, almost perfect grid starting from ear to ear. They are going to make parts that are almost equal in size. I haven't seen grids. Well, some braiders know how to create a grid like that. Some stylists do, but the sister locticians are really trained to create a perfect grid. So the grid is one of the things where you can see the difference between sister locks and micro locks. Then it's also the technique that you will notice, especially when you start. Even when you start interlocking, I don't know about interlocking or instant locking. They use a tool and they start creating lock whatever size you want. I'm not sure about interlocking, but with sister locks, they start at the bottom of your hair going up. And that's really like it's a sister lock technique with a special tool. So that is one of the main differences. That is difference number 3 when you start sister locks. Then there's also the maintenance technique. A sister loctician, she maintains your locks, the new growth, depending on your texture and how she started. And it's called rotations. It's basically the same as interlocking. A 4-point rotation can be the same as interlocking. 4-point rotation in sister locks is what they use for interlocking. So those are the same, but a sister loctician can also use a 3-point rotation or a different kind of rotation depending on the texture of your hair. That's the 4th difference between sister locks and micro locks. The last difference between sister locks and micro locks might be the most important one, and that's the price. When you go to a sister loctician, you will pay for their expertise and the training that they have. So sister loctician is almost always going to be more expensive than any type of other micro locks person that you go to. I started my locks with braid. I went to an African braider who was very skilled. It took about 6 hours to create a grid and to braid my hair, but that's different than braiding the hair is different than creating locks in hair. Creating locks in hair takes more time. So that's what you pay for when you get sister locks. So I hope this helps. There are 5 key differences between sister locks and micro locks. Mine aren't sister locks. I started with braids, so these are actually braid locks or micro locks, however you want to call them. In the end, they do look very similar. You hardly see the grid because people mistake my locks always for sister locks. That's okay. I just tell them like, okay, whatever, thank you. Or sometimes I tell them like, no, these are not sister locks, they are micro locks. But this is kind of the way sister locks, micro locks look. It's all, in the end, it mostly all look the same. It depends on what you want, and of course on your budget and all of those issues. I would say do your research and then make your choice. Thanks for watching. My name is Mira. My store is whatnaturalslove.com. It's all about hair and fashion. This is one of the items that I sell, handmade in Indonesia. If you like it, please go shopping at whatnaturalslove.com. If you have questions about locks, please go to whatnaturalslove.com and go to the contact form to send your question. I will answer it as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and follow for more. See you online.